So it's been about a year since we were invited by Lotus to drive the Evora Sport 410, at that time the fastest Evora ever, and Lotus compared it themselves to what they would call sort of a 911 GT3 take on the Evora. Then immediately, of course, the question rises, will they ever build a GT3 RS like Evora? Well, here's the answer. They have. It's called the GT430. As the name implies, 430 horsepower, but that's only the beginning of a long list of modifications they've made to make this car more track ready. See, the Evora 400 is the road car, the Sport 410 is a road car with track aspirations, and this is a full-blown track car with a license plate, so you can still drive it on the road should you wish so. Well, what have they done? Lots of carbon fiber, lots of weight reduction, 1250 kilograms. So if you compare that to a 911 GT3, it's about 150 kilograms lighter. They've done it by using a lot of carbon fiber, front bumper, rear bumper, carbon fiber now, and as you can see, big fat splitter. And if you increase front downforce, what do you have to do? Yeah, of course, you have to increase rear downforce as well, which, well, evidently they did with this rather massive wing. Also some minor aero modifications, like this big hole at the back to extract air out from there to reduce lift. Same thing here at the front. There's a big fat diffuser on the back and also a titanium exhaust, which is an option on other Evora models, but it's standard on this one. New tires, they are wider than they are on other Evora models, 1 centimeter wider all round. It's still Pilot Sport Cup 2 from Michelin. Then there are, as you can see, big AP Racing brakes, and most importantly, really hard to see, but therefore not less important, Öhlins dampers, which are 10 kilograms lighter, and they are also adjustable, 20 clicks, bump and rebound. Of course, Lotus says they give you two base settings, one for track, one for road, and then you can adjust the front and rear grip level to make it more under or oversteery should you wish so. Inside we have some stitching, Alcantara, really starts to look like a luxury car, super light bucket seats. But that's nothing new. The Sport 410 already had that. Very important though with this car is this buttons for new traction control system, which is being taken off the GT4 race car, as is the chassis, by the way. And that's to help you to maximize the huge grip from the wide rear tires and the aero, and the only way really to appreciate a car like this, all the aero, the brakes and what have you, is to drive it hard on track. So that's what we're going to do right now. So now to find out what the Evora GT430 is like on the track with all those aero and suspension modifications. Well, you'd think, because it has so much more spring rate, stiffer dampers and such, it's going to be a lot less planted, yes, but also because you have a wider tire, more rubber on the road, there's also a lot more forces, bigger brakes, bigger everything. So there's still movement in the car. You still have to be very careful. Oh. You can easily ride the curbs. Keep the brakes on, turning in to get the car turned flat out. Traction control modulating the engine power. 4th gear up to Windsock Corner. Here's where the aero works. Apparently on perfect conditions you can dive into this turn without braking, just by lifting. Today it's a bit wet, so I'm not going to do that. Still though, you will go in there at least 100 miles an hour. Here, brake at the cone, 4, 3, 2, ride the brakes in here, get it stopped, flat out. No problem. Here we have to be a bit careful. This part of the turn is in the sun, so it's dried out. Here underneath the trees, it's very slippery, as you can see. But it's a nice place to test out the excellent traction control, because it won't oversteer on power, should you wish so. And here you have to keep the car absolutely straight if you want to use the maximum potential of the brakes, or else the rear is going to break loose. You might crash. In these turns, this is where the car makes the most difference compared to the Evora 410 and the 400. Ooh, the way you can slalom your way through these bends. It blows the mind. Ride the curbs, expensive Erlens dampers, prevent the car from hopping. All the speed out, touch the apex, flat out. Will it oversteer? Nope. Not if you don't want it to. Cannot really sense the extra 20 horsepower, I must say. You have to drive them back to back. Exiting here at 120 mile an hour. Shifting up to 5th at 130. Brake at 140. 4, 3, ride it in. Second gear. Zip. Yeah, quite nice this. Here, careful again, wait, and now flat out. Will it oversteer? Yeah, you see. The back helps, it turns the nose into the bend, but it won't oversteer. Or maybe a couple of degrees if you dial back the traction control. Very well done. Keep it straight on braking, and take a little bit more speed than you think is possible, because that's the trick of this car. Everything can go a little bit faster than you think is possible. Brake, touch the cone, a little dab on the brakes, ride the curbs here. Not faster, but it's fun. A good way to test those dampers. Third gear. Keep the foot on the brake, release, and flat out again. Not a sign of oversteer, only grip, and traction. A lot of fun, but different fun compared to the Evora 400 or the 410. Those are loose, make you want to drift and slide about. Not in this one. This one is all about lap times, faster than the 311. Faster than, well, any street Lotus ever. Late apex because of the greasy surface. Flat out again. Oh, so much traction and so much fun as well. And then to conclude, is it worth the money? Well, that's always hard. Lotus says if you buy an Evora 410 and you spec it with the carbon fiber parts and the titanium exhaust, and it'll, in the end, it'll be about as expensive as this one, but without the know-how. So yeah, it's a car that's in the end only marginally faster, maybe, well, a couple of seconds, than other Evora models. But that's a saying in the motorsports business. Last couple of percent of extra performance costs by far the most money. So yeah, it's not really a matter of is it worth it. It's a matter of are you willing to pay the price of about 150,000 euros for the ultimate Lotus, the ultimate Evora, definitely.